Hey y'all, it's Leah. I wanted to share my newest journal with you. So, over the weekend, I saw a video from Natasha at Treasure Books, and she had done kind of this staggered journal, and I immediately fell in love with it. If you've seen some of my previous videos, I really love eclectic looking journals. It's what I tend to do most of the time. And so, I love things that are like poking out and different kinds of papers and that kind of stuff. And so, it really spoke to me and I knew I had to make one. I had been in this mood recently where I've been doing just lots of different things like making videos or doing just some like one off kinds of things. And I have been collecting things for a ton of different journals. And I felt like, okay, I need to tackle one of them. And so I was like, oh, okay, I've really been wanting to do a botanical journal. And I was like, okay, I've got tons of things, either that I've made or that people have made and sent to me through Happy Mail or through swaps and things. And so I was like, I'm just going to pull some of those things and kind of throw something together because I just needed that sense of accomplishment. How many of you can relate? Sometimes you just need to feel like you have gotten something done. And so that's where I was with this. I pulled my papers yesterday, and then today I just came up here and I put it together and just embellished it. It took me about an hour to do it because, like I said, I had all of these things. I just needed to kind of gather them all together. So let's take a look at what I have. So it starts with lots of different papers. I have a card that's on the front, this really pretty, it's a print based off of a watercolor. And the thing that I love that Natasha did was she beaded the side where she sewed in the signature. And so I've only done this once and I used like different sizes of beads when I did that one. And so I really love just kind of that streamlined look of having just all the seed beads. So they're all about the same size because the rest of the journal is so busy that I love just having that little bit there. There's probably a couple of things that I'll show you as I'm going through that I will maybe add to as I'm going on. I'm not sure. One is I did leave the strings hanging because I might add some beads or things or some little charms or something to the bottom because I usually do if I do leave my strings like that. Sometimes I like to add that to it. So we'll see what happens. So when we open it up, I have one of these. This is it's like a collage journaling card. You could use this as journaling space, or I put a sticker in there, but they're super easy to make. You just take a piece of paper and just take a bunch of random little pieces of book page and music stuff and sheet music. I have maps, just other kinds of like really written things, dictionary page, all kinds of stuff. And then you take like a plain piece of paper and glue that on top and then sew around it. And so I just kind of had fun with my sewing machine on that one. This is just a little like cluster that I had done and I turned it into a pocket for this. So it's just different pieces of lace with some little flowers on there and then just have a little tag there. So you can see other papers that I use. This was just some steno paper that I had, and then the next one is another card that I had. This is just a little cluster that I had done a really long time ago. This is a hidden paper clip that somebody had sent me, so got that on there. So I just thought kind of the colors kind of went with these cherry blossoms on there. And then I added a piece of lace to the card. I wanted to have a lot of the edges, I wanted to have something on those. Okay, that's the back of that paper clip. This is a really pretty flower that a friend of mine had made for me. She uses a lot of corrugated cardboard to do them and then sprays them, and they're just so beautiful. Okay. This was a swap that I had done. So I got this, it was a puzzle piece swap. And so I just added that there. There's a little dangle that I did just with a tag. And then for the side of this, I made some paper ruffles the other day. And I just like kept going, kept feeding in paper. And so I have my little spool that I've been wanting to make one of those. And so I was able to finally get that done. And then the back is a little cluster that I had gotten. We had done a swap for these with like these long clusters. I really like those. This is my belly band. This is something Natasha did in hers, where she did an extended belly band where it goes off of the page. And I'm probably going to add some little charms to the bottom there. The belly band, because it's so long, it was kind of floppy. And so I went ahead and added a piece of glue, or put down a strip of glue, and that way it makes kind of two little pockets on there. This pretty little thing is something that my mom had put on one of our Christmas envelopes, and so I used that. It was a belly band, and so I cut off the belly band part and then just glued that down on there to make a pretty little decoration for the big belly band. This was a little project I had done the other day for Mass Make Monday with some friends in a different group, or in a group. And so we just took some wide lace and you cut it into strips and then just kind of put it together and add either buttons or flowers, different things to make these little decorations. This is from a friend, Christina. I will link her shop. It's Purple Heart Creations by Chrissy. She's like the fussy cut queen, and she does these beautiful stamped images and clusters and things. And then she does digitals as well. This is something I got in a swap, so it's like a little corner tuck piece. I just glued it down, or kind of like a corner cluster. And so I did that. I've got some Edith Holden paper here. This is another little cluster that I had done. This is a cluster somebody sent me, and the clusters you don't always have to glue down. This one I just used with a paper clip on there. I've got some scrapbook paper for this one. This was another one of those puzzle piece swaps that is there. It's a little cluster. This is all made out of tissue paper, and a little button on top. And then my center piece, this is my largest piece. I have some ledger paper that I had a whole layout of, a little folio of. This is a swap that we had just done, which is a index card pocket. And so the lady that sent it, she used, I think it's like some glitter Mod Podge on top, so it's real shiny and pretty. And so just put a little card there, a little cluster here, and then another one of those pockets. This is a little hidden paper clip that I have here. So when Natasha did hers, she made sure that all of her pages did the stair step on this side, like the staggered, but she also had them stair step going down, and mine are sort of like that, but I didn't do it for all of them. I wasn't too worried about having the back follow that same piece. And so this page, this is that same scrapbook paper, I needed it to be a certain width to be able to kind of have that stair step on this side. So I folded it less. What she did for pages like that is she kind of added a piece here to make it fit. I wasn't too worried about doing that, so I didn't take the time to do that part. Sometimes I get lazy in my crafting, I will admit it, and I just want to get something done. Like I said, I was really going for a sense of accomplishment today with this one. Just have a little tag there. And then these are some envelopes that I made the other day and just made little clusters with those. So it's something that Christina, that I mentioned earlier, the Purple Heart, I was doing a live with her the other day, and we were making these. And so they're just fun little envelopes that you just put together with little strips of paper, super simple to do. And then they just make the cutest little clusters. And then this was another one of the cards from my mom from Christmas. And then I added this little kind of dangly thing here that I had done out of circles. They have like paint chips, and then I just took all of my different circle punches and cut them out of different paper and kind of did these little layers with a little bit of lace behind. So these work really well for the tops of tags, or you can turn them into dangles as well. I have some like that. This is a pretty little cluster that somebody had sent to me. I thought that looked really well. I tried to find things if I was going to have it hanging. I wanted to have it have some something other than white on the back, because that way you do get some different colors and see some different patterns and things. This was another thing from my mom from one of our Christmas cards, and then I just added a piece of paper in there to have a little hidden journaling spot. I have another little cluster here, and I just put that on with a paper clip. I love these. I forget to use string like that, but I really love the look of that. And then I use some more of my fabric, or my paper ruffle that I had done, and I have another one of those little clusters. This is just some washi tape that was like a string of butterflies, and I just tore off individual butterflies, and I thought that looked really nice with kind of the scatteredness of this background collage paper. It just fits with like the torn edges of the butterflies. And I have just a little envelope there with some little pieces, and then a piece of paper that somebody sent me that just fits with the botanical theme, and a little whale tail punch there, and then this pretty little tag that somebody had sent me, and I just added a little flower and a pearl to that. So that is my Staggered journal, a la Natasha from Treasure Books, and I'll link that video below. So hope you enjoyed. Hope you make one. Let me know if you do, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.